So Tesla sales are absolutely in the toilet. Tesla income is also in the toilet. And the question becomes, will this bankrupt Elon Musk and Tesla? That's the subject of today's video. And when you see the headline, you'll see what I'm talking about. Tesla profits sink, hurt by political backlash. Net income drops 71% in the first quarter. And that's your key number right there. I'll repeat. Net income drops 71% in the first quarter. But guys, we can do better. Why aren't we getting to a 100% drop? That's what we're waiting for. You also got this. Tesla earnings plunge as Elon Musk hits a firestorm of controversy. Now, we already know that people don't like Elon. And the question would be like, how much will this affect sales? And obviously, it is in the numbers. Now, Tesla does sell in multiple countries, and each country is gonna have a different reaction to the whole Elon Tesla stuff. Now, let's just not talk about Elon. Let's just talk about just their cars. They don't really have new products coming out, so that hurts them as well. So you have a CEO that people don't like, and you have a company that's not putting out new products, and all the other competition's got new stuff coming out every year, and Tesla's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors making promises that they can't keep. That's what it ends up being. Here's another headline. Tesla's revenue and profits tank amid political chaos. And you guys kind of get a gist of what's going on here. Yes, they're absolutely abysmal numbers. Tesla reports 20% drop in auto revenue as first quarter results miss Wall Street estimates. And Wall Street, if you understand how these earnings reports work, they kind of, have targets and they predict, what's the revenue going to be, what's your income going to be. And when you miss on both of the Wall Street estimates and the estimates are already low, it's bad. It's really bad. And you're going to see a lot of people on TV or your Tesla stock promoters trying to say, oh, well, we already knew it was going to be this bad and the stock's already down by half. And so therefore, it can't go down anymore, can it? It's like, guys, if no one buys your cars and no one buys your products, it can go down a heck of a lot more. I mean, you're looking at, zero. It can happen. And some people don't think it can happen if they're not old enough. But all I have to say is if you know what Enron is, if you know what WeWork is, if you know what Theranos is, if you know what any number of, fraudulent, scammy type of companies are, that's what Tesla is basically. It's smoke and mirrors. It's tied to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a perpetual liar, and he just blows smoke up his or out his butt, up his butt, out his butt. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors and butts. That's what Elon Musk Tesla is. This is another headline here: Elon Musk's late and unfulfilled Tesla promises. So, these days, and they're in trouble when they have to make all these promises. I was like, guys, you should invest in Tesla because we're gonna make these awesome robots, and you're all buying 5 robots. Like, it's just nonsense like that. Or guys, you got to buy a Tesla because trust me, we're all gonna have these robot taxi things. You're gonna make a bunch of money in your sleep. Like, it's such nonsense. And the sad thing is, and you never know for sure. The people who pump out, the Tesla stock promotions, are they stupid, or are they just liars, or are they stupid liars, right? You take your pick, but that's essentially who these Tesla stock promoters are. And Elon Musk is sort of leading this cult of people who just enjoy burning money, I guess. I'm so mean. But guys, when you look at the earnings report and income's down 71%, I mean, you can't spin that positively. And your auto revenue is down 20%. This is a quote from Tesla. It says, uncertainty in automotive and energy markets continues to increase rapidly. Evolving trade policy adversely impacts the global supply chain and cost structure of Tesla and our peers. So that is a mouthful, but basically they're saying uncertainty is up, right? When uncertainty is up, it's hard to tell what's going on. The rapidly, evolving, or you could say changing, however you want to say it, but basically the tariff stuff and the trade war, that's going to affect them quite a bit. And then you have this problem. And then this is a statement from Tesla. This dynamic, along with changing political sentiment, could have meaningful impact on demand for our products in the near term. So basically, they don't mention Elon by name, but people don't like Elon, right? They use the phrase changing political sentiment, but people don't like Elon, be it in Europe, be it in the US. Now, the interesting one will be how will markets in Asia play out, particularly China. Because in China, say, for example, Elon's messing with Doge and stuff like that, people in China aren't really going to care about that. But what they would care about is if the Donald Trump trade war, becomes so escalated that the Chinese consumers don't want to buy American products, or even if they do want to buy, American stuff, the tariffs are so high. Now, to be fair to Tesla, they can avoid tariffs because they do build cars in Shanghai. And what I want to always point out with this kind of thing is like when Donald Trump, right? Just say you love Trump, let's say you love Musk, and Trump's promising you all these factory jobs in USA. This is what I would say if I was a MAGA person. I'd say, Trump, tell Elon right now to close all your factories around the world and move them all back to USA. It's a legitimate thing that you should say if you believe Donald Trump. If you believe that all these factory jobs are going to come back, start with Elon's factories in say Berlin, in Germany, or say in Shanghai in China. Have those factories come back to the USA. And it's not going to happen because it's all a bunch of nonsense. But this is stuff that Trump and Musk say are nonsense. But this is what we're dealing with. So when you read more of this stuff, this was the expected earnings. So it said the company also reported adjusted earnings per share at 27 cents, which missed analyst expectations of 41 cents. So that was a big miss there. And again, you have a 71% down in income. Also says Tesla shipments fell about 22% in the quarter in China. So shipments are down there. Deliveries sank 62% in Germany. But guys, come on, we can do better. We got to get to negative 100%. Just no one buy any of this stuff. Don't give any money to Elon. Would be my suggestion here. And then they're going to try to put out a cheaper Cybertruck at 70 grand, but the thing's ugly, and I don't want to pay 70 grand for an ugly truck. And then now they're going to put in fabric seats to try to cut costs. That's their plan. When you read through this stuff, you're just like, this is a joke. It says the electric vehicle company reported a 9% decline in revenue for the first month. So that would be revenue overall, 9% decline. Sales also slipped dramatically in the first 3 months of the year, falling 13% compared to the same period last year. So this is bad. And the phrase you're going to hear, this will be someone on Wall Street. They say a lot of negative seems to be priced in if the Tesla numbers were that bad and the stock isn't tanking. So meaning that as of recording, I think the stock went up 5% during regular trading hours, and then basically it was on a downturn when I first started recording. So we're still waiting for the call from Elon. That they do a phone call and they ask questions, and he tries to answer, and he stumbles and says a bunch of nonsense. Now the question will be, how much did he drink ahead of time? He shows up drunk to these things for real. And when you hear it, it's like a bunch of frat boys sitting around a dorm room, like, yeah, man, yeah, I know Tesla numbers are bad, but we're gonna have robots. And it's like, what? It's like it is that stupid. It really is that stupid. Robots and robotaxis. That's what they're gonna try to promote, and it'll be sad. Revenue, let's see, estimated was 21 billion. It came in at 19. Again, another miss. Changing political sentiment. Yeah, and the question is going to be, will the trade war also affect sentiment in China? This is a big one. Let me read it. And this is a really, really big one to understand. It says, strip out regulatory credits, right? So if you don't count regulatory credits, net interest income and adjust for other loss, and operations generated as pre-tax loss of 200 million in the first quarter. So if they didn't sell regulatory credits and such like that, they would be a loser, basically. That's what's keeping them afloat right now. Regulatory credits, stock pumping. The last time Bitcoin was a big deal in there, but regulatory credits is keeping them afloat. If it wasn't for that, they'd just be typical car company and a loser. Pre-tax loss of 200 million. That's a really big thing to not miss. Despite all the blowback against Tesla as a brand, the company still makes millions of dollars each quarter selling regulatory credits. This quarter, 595 million, down from 692 million. They're going to try to promise you that we're going to have new products on the horizon, but their forecast, who knows? I mean, it says here, Tesla signals caution, says it will revisit 2025 growth outlook. So anything they may say, I mean, it could be all bogus. So companies will do that. So they're supposed to issue guidance. Sometimes they don't, or they'll say it's cloudy. We'll read a little bit of details if you're kind of curious what this stuff says. It says here, Tesla backed away from an earlier view for 2025 sales growth, backed away from telling you it's going to be growing, and pledged to revisit. Oh, well, we'll look at that again later in the future, right? Revisit its outlook next quarter, a sign that tariffs, an aging vehicle lineup, and backlash against CEO Elon Musk are having an impact on the electric vehicle maker, right? That tells you the story. You also got this. Used Tesla prices are plunging in the latest trouble sign for Elon Musk. I mean, it's all bad, guys. But you guys kind of knew this. If you're short on Tesla stock, you've done great. Tesla shorts up 11.5 billion for the year, with positioning bearish. One positive note for Tesla, they are building their diner thing. It doesn't look bad. I'll be honest, it doesn't look bad. The question is going to be in this kind of thing. I don't know if they're going to have food there or not. They're going to have charging stations. This is in LA. I think it's on Santa Monica Boulevard. They've been building this for a couple of years, from my understanding. I don't know how many spots are going to be in this thing, and I don't know like if there's going to be just protesters out there every single day. So this could end up being a real sore spot for Tesla, where you just got. And would you want to go charge your car where everyone's protesting and everyone hates Elon? I mean, yeah, this should just be a prime target for protests and other stuff like that. They say they're building a semi factory, but it's still under construction. And will there be any market for semis? Who knows? You can ask Elon. What is this here? Mega factory Shanghai. So I guess they're celebrating business in China. This is their picture that they showed from the Fremont. So I think this is California, in LA area. This is, I can see from the picture here, I can see 4 Optimus robots just from the picture, and they're going to try to brag they're making a whole bunch of these things. If that were true, I would see a whole bunch in the picture. This is all they have to show you, and this is the future of their company, is these 4 robots, and they've been making the claim they're all going to buy 5, right? We're all going to buy, every single human on the planet is going to buy 5 of these things. They're going to make so much money. But if you look at the picture, okay, so if you're going to build 5 robots for every human, where are they? That's the picture that they're sharing in the earnings report. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, right? You guys can see it. This is what is this? I guess they delivered a car, and then you have some employees kind of like, oh God, this is my job. Elon told me to go take a picture, so that's what they did. They had a delivery event for the Model Y, and again, not that many people are showing up. Like literally, this is the picture in Tesla's earnings report. It doesn't seem to generate that much excitement. If you're showing pictures of just 4 people that, hey, this is our big event, and there's 4 people, it's bad, guys. It's really bad. So that's Tesla. It's smoke and mirrors. I'll do a separate video on the earnings call, and we'll see how much Elon drank ahead of time. But your headline is net income drops 71% in the first quarter. And will this ruin Elon? We'll find out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.